tell you where to go to put yourself in the know. No politics as usual, I'm really talking reform. Peace, love, and positivity we really put on. You know I do it for the people cause we gotta push forward. Bear witness to a mind not defined by a politician. Bliss and ignorance, but take a stand and play your position. Gain an understanding when we talk, you gotta listen. Why you drawing those conclusions? Don't you see the bigger picture? Insane but so real. Yeah, give me change that you can feel. Yeah, a dream we can't believe. Yeah, welcome to Knowville. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? I appreciate everybody checking in with me. This is the Knowville Podcast Network interview series, and this is basically something where I interview people that have, fascinating stories or just atypical experiences. And today I'm speaking with Rashad Biggers. Mr. Biggers, if you don't mind, could you just introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, Rashad Biggers, like you said, from Lewisburg, Tennessee, and I'm currently a North American staffing lead for Google.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And you said you're from Lewisburg, Tennessee. How does a kid from Lewisburg find themselves working at one of the most well-known, internationally known companies that exist today?
I would never like to say luck, because it definitely wasn't luck, but it's just a string of random occurrences, basically. For me, it was basically football was the thing that kind of opened up most of the doors for me. That got me on the radar of a lot of schools, like succeeding in high school football. And then kind of growing up in that small town, you always heard the stories of different people that didn't make it. So, I had a lot of my heroes that, people thought they could be like NFL greats and all these things. And then Friday nights I'm playing and, they're on the sidelines, like watching, they're still here in this town. And I knew that was a thing I never really wanted to do. So for me, I had some people in my life, like my uncle had gotten out and saw different things, and he was in the Secret Service. So, and he always talked about the grades were the most important thing. So I always like to say I kind of overdid that to make sure that I didn't get stuck there and the grades weren't going to hold me back. So, it was just really focusing on studying and then football, and then everything else kind of happened. I didn't even know what the Ivy League was. It just kind of came to me.
Right. And that's one of the things that I think is so important, because you could have just as well went to say a UTK or UGA or Florida State. What was it about the opportunity? Or I guess my question is, did you recognize that you had this gift and that it could take you beyond just the normal state school or the normal power conference? What was your impetus to say, okay, I'm going to use this, but I know necessarily going to an Ivy League school as a football player isn't going to get you in the NFL? Or was that even something that you even thought about?
Yeah, I went to a lot of football camps and different things like that. And I knew my skill level. I knew I was good enough to play D1. I knew basically from talking to every coach that recruited me, I was just a little short. And I was smaller than they expected. Like I say, watching me on film, I thought I was bigger. And I had the good fortune of having an older cousin that was playing at UT back when they won the national championship. He was on the team. And just hearing his stories of being up there and just how hard it was for him to work up the depth chart, and also knowing that as far as speed and all that, he was on a different level from me. So when all these schools are talking to me, and they really wanted me because I could get in on the academic scholarship. So I didn't have to actually take an athletic scholarship. And that's how most of those schools were kind of talking to me about it. They were like, oh, come on, be a preferred walk-on, all those type things. And so when I really started looking at it, I'm thinking about, okay, you go to a UT or Alabama or something like that. These dudes you playing with are just gigantic human beings who are going to be playing in the NFL. I didn't really think I was going to be playing in the NFL. It was going to be a real long shot. So do I want to spend 4 years of getting beat up every day in practice being a tackling dummy, or go somewhere where I can actually shine and still get a great education? So actually a little bit of my naivety is that I was actually thinking I was taking a step down, going to the Ivy League. I'm like, okay, man, like, at least I can go up here. I can just ball out, maybe set some records, do all this. Not realizing that up north, most of the good players, if they have the grades, they gonna go to an Ivy League school instead of going to like the D1 schools. Like they aren't the popular ones up north.